Hi again. Thank you for watching this. I wanted to just share with you guys. I'm a transformation coach and a licensed mental health therapist, and so I thought what would be really helpful is to share some tips that can help reduce anxiety during this time. So one of the tips that I have today is a technique that I'm trained in, and it's called the emotional freedom technique, EFT for short, or even tapping. And so now I think it's more becoming more widely known and used. I know that they have a lot out there right now, especially with coronavirus, with specifically tapping for like anxiety and fear towards that. So, and what is it? So really I'm not gonna go through like a tapping session, but I'll talk about it a little bit, why I think it's helpful and why I think you should use it. Now I'll show you how to do it, but you can definitely find a lot of videos out there about it. And if you want me to do it, I won't say I won't. So if you want me to go through some tapping sessions, I would be more than happy to do it. If that's what you guys want, just let me know if there's something specific that you feel would be really helpful to tap on. Now, what is it? So let me get to that. The reason I want to use it for a technique to reduce anxiety is because it does just that. Tapping is just a combination of using kind of like acupressure points and kind of like a cognitive approach. So it's it is a blend of both of those styles. So really it's tapping. So you're going to be tapping on points of your body that are linked to other organs in your body, and it's going to cause, again, remember we talked about cortisol, if you've seen any of my earlier videos, how the cortisol levels are raised in our system when we're in a heightened state of anxiety and stress. And when you have too much adrenaline, cortisol running through your body, it is a bad thing. It causes all kinds of havoc. So we want to be healthy. We want to be healthier, especially now. We want to focus on keeping ourselves healthy so not only physically healthy, but mentally and emotionally healthy too. So it's a really good technique. So tapping is a technique that you're going to lightly tap on certain points of your body, and generally you're thinking about something that's causing emotion. So something obviously that's causing anxiety or fear. So you can tap on that. And how it works is this. I'll just kind of run through it really quickly with you. So you tap on so we're gonna take our hand and we're gonna use on the opposite hand, we're gonna what they call the karate chop point. And we're gonna use the fingers lightly, 2, 3, whatever is comfortable. And you're going to lightly tap on the karate chop point of your opposite hand. And so you're going to do that for a little bit. So this is one part of it. And so remember I said it's a cognitive piece, meaning it's a thinking piece. So as you're thinking about this fear, you're usually going to say something along the lines of, so usually this is how they frame for EFT, how they frame the statement. So they'll say, even though I'm experiencing, we'll just say, anxiety because of this virus that's uncontrollable, or I don't know what to expect, or I'm scared, I feel like I'm going to get it, whatever, you fill in the blank. So even though I'm feeling fear because I don't know what's going to happen from this virus. And then, so what we'll do, so that's the first part. And then the second part of your statement is, I still deeply and completely accept myself. So it'll look like this. Even though I'm experiencing fear because I don't know what's going to happen, I still deeply and completely accept myself. So do you have to say it with such passion? No. I think I just did that, but that's the idea. So you want to say something along those lines. So you're framing it saying, even though I'm feeling this thing, or I'm thinking this thing, you can put whatever you want in that little blank spot. And then you end it with, I still accept myself. And if deeply and completely accept myself is too much, because I understand sometimes it's too much for people to say that because they may not feel like that. You can say something like, I'm okay, or it's going to be okay, or I'm all right. So you can even do that if that's more comfortable. So again, you're going to start with the karate chop point with that statement. And then we're going to go to the top of our head. We're going to lightly just tap the top of our head, thinking about all this fear and this worry, all this fear, all this worry. I don't know what's going to happen. The next point is the outer corner of our eyebrows right here. So you lightly tap that. Okay. All this worry, all this fear, fear of the unknown. We're going to move to the outer corners of our eyes. So lightly in the outer corners, you want to lightly tap. And again, you can use 2 fingers if you'd like. All this fear, all this worry. So now we're going to move to underneath our nose. Lightly tapping, still thinking about whatever it is you're thinking about. You don't have to fix your hair. That's just what I'm doing. So under your chin. I always say under your chin, but it's really technically under your lip, on your chin. We're going to move right here. And our next point is, we're going to, right here on the collar, like outside of the collarbone, I guess, right here. If you want to feel it, you can kind of rub it a little bit. You feel these points here, lightly tap it. Lightly. You don't have to pound yourself, whatever feels comfortable. And then the last point we're going to move to is under our arm. So you want to lightly tap under your arm. Okay? Again, thinking about the fear, thinking about the worry, whatever it is. The stress, my job, where's money going to come from? Is there going to be enough toilet paper? Sorry, I had to throw it in there. Anyway, so you can go back and you can do this again. So as you can see, I moved back to my hand. So that's the whole full round of tapping. That's what's called basic tapping. You can do it any point. Any point, at any time of the day, any time you're feeling some anxiety and you want to reduce your anxiety, that's a great way to help you. Again, it helps to reduce your cortisol. It helps you to kind of come back into the present moment. And what you'll notice is that you may feel differently. You may even think differently. I know it sounds weird, but you may think differently because it is, again, there's been research done on this technique. And so it's evidence-based, meaning there's some real scientific basis now that this is actually a very valuable and beneficial technique that really helps, again, physiologically as well. So you're also going to notice that there may be what they call cognitive shifts. So cognitive shifts is just, you might start thinking differently. And you might start thinking differently in a way that's like, it's not a big deal to me no more. You may notice that. And that's the idea. You want to help to change how you're seeing the situation. And then again, because if you can change those thoughts and that emotion's linked to that thought, then you may not have that emotional response. Or it may reduce the emotional response in other areas that you don't even realize is linked to that thought. So really quick, I know it's like a down and dirty type of thing, but hopefully it's helpful. And maybe some of you who are doing it, I would encourage you to do it with yourself and other people around you during this time. And maybe if it's a new thing, just try it. Again, if you want me to do more tapping, I can do more tapping. I have no problem doing that. If you'd like me to do tapping specifically on a certain topic, let me know. I don't mind doing a video on that. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you for joining me again. Again, just another little daily tip of how to reduce your anxiety during this time. So take care. Bye-bye.